Have you ever gazed up at the night sky and wondered about the mysteries that the red planet Mars holds? Welcome to an interstellar journey that will take us millions of miles away, right to the doorstep of our enigmatic neighbor in the cosmos, Mars. Known as the Red Planet, Mars has captivated the human imagination for thousands of years, appearing as a fiery star in our night sky. Now in the 21st century, it's not just a distant point of light, but a world with its own unique story waiting to be discovered. Mars is the fourth planet from the Sun and the second smallest in our solar system. It's about half the size of Earth, but don't let its size fool you. The intrigue and fascination Mars holds are colossal. This alien world is a place of stark contrasts and amazing phenomena, from the highest volcano to the deepest, longest canyon in the solar system. Mars has been the target of numerous space missions, from the Mariner and Viking missions of the 1960s and 70s to the more recent rovers like Spirit, Opportunity, and Curiosity. Each has contributed to our understanding of this red world. Yet, despite these missions, Mars continues to hold on to its secrets tightly. Perhaps one of the most tantalizing mysteries of Mars revolves around the question of life. Could this cold, dry planet have once harbored life? Is there life there now, hidden beneath its surface? These questions have fueled our exploration and continue to ignite our curiosity. As we stand on the cusp of human missions to Mars, the red planet's mysteries are more enticing than ever. With each new discovery, we peel back a layer of the Martian mystery, only to find more questions. But that's the beauty of exploration, isn't it? The thrill of the unknown, the joy of discovery, and the eternal quest for knowledge. Now prepare yourself to dive into the 10 unknown facts about Mars that might just blow your mind. Fact 1. Did you know that a day on Mars is longer than a day on Earth? That's right, a day on Mars, or a sol, as it's often referred to, clocks in at 24 hours and 39 minutes, just a smidge longer than our earthly 24-hour cycle. This might not seem like a major difference, but it has significant implications for Mars rovers and missions. Imagine this, over the course of a week, the Martian day shifts by nearly 3 hours compared to an Earth day. This means that mission controllers on Earth have to adjust their schedules living and working on Mars time, which can be quite disorienting. But there's an upside to this Martian day. With an extra 39 minutes each sol, you could squeeze in a quick workout, finish that book you've been reading, or even catch a few more zizzies. So if you're ever feeling like there aren't enough hours in the day, Mars might be the place for you. Fact 2, Mars has 2 moons, but they might not be there forever. These celestial bodies, named Phobos and Deimos, are a fascinating part of the Martian story. Unlike our moon, which is a steadfast companion to Earth, Mars's moons are on a more uncertain journey. Phobos, the larger of the two, is inching closer to Mars each year. This slow, inevitable drift towards the red planet has led scientists to a startling prediction. In about 50 million years, give or take a few millennia, Phobos could either crash into Mars or be torn apart by gravitational forces, creating a ring around the planet. Deimos, on the other hand, is slowly drifting away from Mars. So, while it may not share the dramatic fate of its sibling, its destiny is no less intriguing. The fate of Phobos and Deimos is a reminder of the ever-changing nature of our universe. Fact 3. Mars is home to the tallest volcano and the deepest canyon in the solar system. Let's take a closer look. First, let's scale Olympus Mons, the tallest volcano not only on Mars but in the entire solar system. Imagine a mountain that's almost 3 times the height of Mount Everest, our Earth's tallest peak. You're now imagining Olympus Mons. This shield volcano, similar to the Hawaiian Islands on Earth, stretches an astonishing 13.5 miles into the Martian sky. That's like stacking more than 20 Mount Everests on top of each other. Its formation can be attributed to the lack of plate tectonics on Mars, which allowed lava to flow and pile up in one place for hundreds of millions of years. Now, let's descend into the depths of Valles Marineris, the most profound canyon in the solar system. This colossal canyon system stretches over 2,500 miles across the Martian equator, which is nearly the width of the continental United States. The depth of Valles Marineris is a staggering 7 miles, making it 5 times deeper than the Grand Canyon. It's so large that it covers about 20% of the entire Martian circumference. Scientists believe that Valles Marineris was formed by the cracking and collapsing of the Martian crust as the planet cooled, with further modifications by wind and water erosion. These Martian features are not just colossal, but are also record holders in our solar system. They offer a glimpse into the geological history and the dynamic forces that have shaped Mars over billions of years. They also serve as a humbling reminder of the immense scales and forces at play in our universe. These Martian features make our Grand Canyon and Mount Everest look small in comparison. As we continue our journey through the cosmos, let's remember that even the most familiar landscapes on Earth have their extraordinary counterparts on other worlds. Fact 4. The Martian atmosphere and weather are drastically different from Earth's. It's time to take a journey through the thin, mostly carbon dioxide atmosphere of Mars. This Martian atmosphere, which is about 100 times less dense than Earth's, is responsible for some of the most extreme and fascinating weather conditions in our solar system. Let's start with the temperatures. Mars is a rather frosty place. It's not uncommon for the red planet's temperature to drop to a chilly negative 80 degrees Fahrenheit at night. But don't be fooled into thinking it's always freezing. During the day, temperatures can rise to a more comfortable 70 degrees Fahrenheit. It's a stark contrast that can be attributed to the thin Martian atmosphere, which can't retain heat as effectively as our Earth's atmosphere does. Now let's talk about dust storms. Mars is famous for them. These aren't your average earthly dust devils. Martian dust storms can engulf the entire planet, lasting for weeks on end. The thin atmosphere, combined with the planet's low gravity, allows fine dust particles to stay suspended in the air for long periods, creating these dramatic, planet-wide storms. But the Martian weather doesn't stop at dust storms. Mars also experiences snowfall, but not the kind of snow we're used to. Instead of water, the snow on Mars is made of carbon dioxide, or what we commonly refer to as dry ice. When winter hits the Martian poles, carbon dioxide freezes out of the atmosphere, creating a winter wonderland of dry ice. Despite the extreme temperatures, the planet-wide dust storms, and the carbon dioxide snow, Mars still manages to captivate us with its unique beauty. It's a perfect example of the diverse and often surprising weather conditions found throughout our solar system. Despite its red, desert-like appearance, weather on Mars is far from a simple heat wave. Fact 5. There's evidence of liquid water on Mars, but it's not as straightforward as it sounds. Once upon a time, Mars was a wet world, with vast oceans, rushing rivers, and torrential rain. Today, the Martian surface is dry and desolate, but traces of its watery past are etched into its geological features. The first whiffs of water came from the spacecraft Viking in the 70s, observing what seemed like networks of valleys and channels, suggesting that liquid water once flowed on the Martian surface. But it was the Mars Global Surveyor at the turn of the millennium that provided the clincher, images of gullies and ravines, seemingly freshly carved by flowing water. Fast forward to recent years, and the intrigue deepens. Mars rovers and orbiters have found evidence of briny or salty water. These are not free-flowing rivers or oceans, but rather thin layers of wet soil, potentially created by liquid water seeping up from underground. This briny water is much saltier than Earth's seawater, allowing it to remain liquid at much colder temperatures, a necessity on a freezing planet like Mars. Yet the question of stable liquid water on Mars is a tough nut to crack. Mars's thin atmosphere and frigid temperatures make it difficult for liquid water to exist on the surface for long. It either freezes or evaporates quickly. So while we have signs of past and possibly transient current water, the evidence of stable liquid water is elusive. But don't be disheartened. The quest for water on Mars is far from over. Scientists are still exploring and making new discoveries. After all, finding water is more than just a geological curiosity. It's a quest for life. Liquid water is a key ingredient for life as we know it, and finding it on Mars could mean the red planet once harbored life, or perhaps still does. The search for water on Mars continues to be one of the most captivating quests in space exploration.